Boa tarde a todos.
Good afternoon to all. It's something extraordinary that we can together on a Sunday afternoon to be reunited with the whole world. Antonio is here with us, singing, and I think he didn't think when he asked for help that the family could grow so much. Also, Father Caesar, who came back from Mexico and is here with us. When he asked to enter the family as one of the first ones, he must never have thought of this dimension. And what enchants me, already getting older, as I can no longer travel the whole world, despite the desire that exists. When I looked at the photos of you, I wanted to visit each one of you, to hold you personally, each one. But I think it will not be possible. But I can get to you through this way. And the technology does not stop evolving things, and we will see what awaits us. Maybe one day we can give a virtual hug. Let's see what happens. Today I was asked to talk a little about the theme Abandon Jesus. You may have heard this talk many times, but it's always something extraordinary. This morning I was with Nelson at a mass with those who are in quarantine, and a little time with 4 priests, and it was very beautiful. We talked a little about Abandon Jesus, about this time of Lent, time of conversion. We remembered what the Pope said today. We should not dialogue with the devil. We should not be stuck in the negative. Quite the contrary. Always take forward the one who is eternal. I had in these months the possibility of listening as many confessions as few times in my life. Very deep. They were very nice. But I could see the wounds of humanity, the suffering that is very great. The fear we are living is a very difficult thing sometimes. We're living in a culture of a scandal. Every hour, one hears things that hurt someone's heart. Today, some people seek the wrong things and spread them all over the world. It's a suffering. But also, each one can look at his or her story, and there must be something he or she wouldn't like to have done, something that hurts the soul, terrible wounds. These days I heard constantly people said to me, Frei, I will not succeed. I cannot forgive myself. I cannot forgive others. Limits everywhere. What do I do? What to do? Who knows us well and knows that we have these problems in Jesus himself? Is Jesus himself. Jesus, knowing he came on this earth, he came to give us his word, to tell us the way, but mainly to save us. And he saved us by dying on the cross. And what he wants to tell us with it, you are not alone. There is no suffering in this land that I have not gone through myself, and I went through it out of love for you. I had the luck in my life, a lot younger, quite young actually. I had a meeting with Chiara Lubich, the founder of the Focolare movement. Still in my youth, before arriving Brazil, and in this lecture that Chiara gave, she spoke about abundant Jesus. I confess, I had no ability to understand the deep dimension, but two things were recorded in my soul that I never forgot. And then throughout life, I began to understand even more. Every day I have the chance to understand better what she meant at that time. First thing she said was a novelty for me. She said there is no pain, no suffering, whether it's a disease, whether it is someone's death. And she spoke about the experience she had of the war, where everything began. And at the same time, around her, there was so much destruction, a lot of death, a lot of suffering. And she said, there is no suffering that has no Jesus on the other side, which has no Jesus on the other side, which has the name Jesus. He embraces with us all things, also the pain of our sin, of our selfishness, of everything. 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 So if this is truth, no one can say I'm alone. Loneliness does exist. But if you understand abundant Jesus, you are not alone anymore. He is with you. And here you need to understand He is a person. It's not an idea, it's not a structure. It's a person who is next to you, looking at you, understanding you. He knows your name, He loves you immensely. And you can say, thank you, Jesus. You are now here at this moment. How many are in the ICU and cannot be visited? How many are alone? I experienced it several times. As it is very difficult to be without being able to communicate. But Jesus is next to us. You need to understand Jesus is in all pain. This was for me a novelty. And throughout life, I have experienced so many times, and I can say it's true. It is true. He loves us, and He is together. He does not judge us. He has mercy on us. He understands us. He understands our pain, and the pain of the soul sometimes is so strong, so great, that you cannot speak out loud. In these days, when I prepare the people for the confessions, I always tell them, I know that sometimes you are afraid to talk. There are things when talking in public, it can cost you your life. Others do not forgive you. So now, in confession, you can speak. The priest forgives you. You need its pardon. You should not remain with the sin inside of you. And so many managed to launch themselves between shed tears. How much suffering, how much pain in the soul, that sometimes the only thing to do left is to drink, to use drugs, or to use other escapes. But the only solution is to remember Jesus. At this moment, He is with you. You are not alone. You are not alone. The second thing Chiara said also touched me very deeply without being able to understand, but something that was recorded in my soul and I never forgot. She said, we can marry God. Yes, we can marry this abundant Jesus. All of us were born because father and mother hugged each other. They gave each other their yes. And the result are we all. Now, spiritually, we have the same possibility of embracing Jesus and marrying him with abundant Jesus, Jesus forsaken. So during pain, do not just keep on crying, but embrace it and say, God, I want you just like you are. I want to marry you. And now life is born. It happens, the resurrection. New life is born, and we renew ourselves. It's an extraordinary thing. And not only us, we also can renew many other lives. We can help many, save many. I told everyone today, because it's a group that has a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. I told everyone, if you suffer too much, the chance to generate a lot more life is great, very great, very big. There's a great chance because the pain is great, and the possibilities to embrace the cross and to unite with Jesus and generate life is great. It's very great. It's very big, and it's worth to not look back at your past as something negative. Do not look at the suffering of the world as now the epidemic. Does not look with negative eyes. Look with Easter eyes, the eyes of Jesus, who sees everything as a chance to generate life. A chance to do as we become new heaven, new earth. We can renew everything through embracing the cross. Jesus has risen and wants to resurrect in each one of us. It's not a party. It's a painful embrace, suffered embrace, but an embrace with faith, an embrace with hope. And so new life is born. This is our charisma. We must give hope to the world. Not parties and singing. All of this is beautiful, yes, but the hope is to embrace the cross, and here is born Jesus. And Jesus wants to be born in each one of us. We are born to be another Jesus and take this Jesus into the world. Today, so many people have no more faith. So many people have no more hope. How many kill themselves? Those who are desperate, those who live depressed, isolated. What is missing? We must comprehend Jesus is with each one of us, and each one of us can embrace this Jesus and thus give to the world the one that the world needs. Give hope. Give Jesus. Seeing you, this multitude, and many today couldn't be here. Maybe they didn't know or couldn't get to it today. We'll have the chance to watch it later. And if we all unite in embracing Jesus, and we are not afraid of suffering, of the pain, fear, nothing, because in everything there's Jesus, and embracing him, new life is born, and this is what the world needs. This is the charisma that God gave us. It's our mission, it's our obligation. We must give to others our lives. I am glad to see how the family has grown so much. And if we live like this, it will grow much more. The work has not grown because we had money or because we are specialists. Quite the contrary. The work has grown because we learned with Chiara to embrace the crosses. Every fazendas, every lives we have seen here today, united, everything is a result of an embraced pain. Result of this love to the abandoned Jesus. Let's be faithful to Him, and we will together experience the resurrection and see the resurrection happening in today's world. Thank you so much. We are all together.